Okay, these are the last two boards. One of the challenges of reusing the wood is you got all this gunk in here. This is old varnish over the years that accumulated as they refinished it, dust and crap. So we scraped it out. I usually use like a file that's squared off just to get in there, and a heat gun. So you heat it up, which makes the varnish easier to remove. So it becomes a gummy surface. And it makes a wonderful odor. So now that just kind of comes right off. It's actually easier with two hands, so I'm gonna stop videoing. Fun. So this is the door from the dining room. I put the mortar down and I put the threshold down. And then I realized, never checked the door, tried to open the door and I couldn't even open the door. It wasn't like it was dragging. I literally couldn't open the door. So I did the right thing and I removed it, which is kind of a pain. A lot of times you break the marble because the mortar sticks so well. I shoved a drywall knife underneath and kind of created a gap between it and pulled it up gently and spent 30 minutes cleaning the mortar off because the mortar is going to set before I get it finished. But I went ahead and marked the height. So that was above the tile when it was placed. I'm going to go a 1/2 inch. And this time we're going to use a track saw because we have it. I'll make a nice cut. This one we didn't use the track saw. It didn't make a nice cut. So that's pre-track saw. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to this. I've been running ragged with the unexpected floor changes and having to miter everything. I should just go play with that and play some insulation deep removal. But we'll go ahead and cut this and try to put this back. Of course, these are not fun to put on. Yeah, little tiny things up there, and you gotta do stuff. I wonder if I should not even install this, because I gotta create a hole here. Maybe I'll do that, just cut it. Now I know how Menards sell their doors full wood so cheap. This is all particle board with just a very thin enhanced veneer on it, real wood on the sides, just kind of glued in there. That one held. A little bit of real wood there. Definitely gonna have to seal that because particle board likes to expand a lot. Great. Okay, so we mixed the mortar, let it set for 10 minutes. I back buttered this. I'm gonna do one more pass to kind of clean it up. I got the mortar on the ground. I used a 1/4 inch trowel. I floated a little bit to get it a little bit higher. And not gonna have to worry about the door going back in because I didn't just removed on it. And I'm gonna give this a go again. So what we're looking for is level this way and level this way and up, but not too far up. I don't want it to stick up much. It's only 3/4. This is a little bit more than 3/4. And I don't have a lot of bevel, but we'll give it a go. Well, I did get the other 2 boards in, 3 boards. And it's still a little cold. Can't tell which is colder. My right foot's more sensitive. Maybe now it does. Anyhow, so the base is in. One of the reasons I did the base now is because he could then figure out what dimensions he needs to work with. You can see how low that is, and rather how low that side is compared to that size. But I knew that. He learned that. There's a little bit of slope this way, I think, but mostly it's from here to there. What I don't know is this here. That's in the basement. I think it is. Yeah, that's in the basement. It's just that they, for whatever reason, carried the wall down here and then over here, right. I already lost track over here, so just that section. Anyhow, off the bed. Oops, and I did get this in, letting it dry overnight. So, as high as I thought it would be, but it's a little bit higher than the other one. And then tomorrow we'll do this one. Fortunately, this door, which is a temporary door, has got plenty of room underneath there, so I don't have to do that. What I do need to do is order whatever in lock we want, as well as a pull, some way to get the door. This one's easy because you got this hole here where the lock went. This one doesn't have anything yet, so I did cut the door, but it's I thought there's no reason to put it up if didn't have a pull thing on it yet. So I don't know what she's doing. George, go back to bed. In year 6 on my net app, got a quote for a new one. One of this failed. I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna go with the one with the orange light. So we just pop her out. She's a Seagate, and I don't know the gate codes. Still before, I think. I'm replacing it with today's flavor, Western Digital. So this will become the new spare disc. She's on, spinning up. We'll make sure she was comes up. We're in the vault, and I got a special $100 reader with some Chinesium software that is installed on a Windows box. I don't know why it's saying, I don't know what I'm doing here, because that's not right. Yeah, I got a feeling I might need the key. I don't know where I should put the key. Anyhow, I'm trying to get to the batteries to read the voltages to see how bad the battery is. But we're going to have to do some reading on this. I have no idea how to use Tech Tool, which is like a 1983 program. I'm being facetious, but let's see. How old is this Tech Tool? This is the thing, 2014. That's pretty new. Should say Chevrolet, yeah. So, well, I'm gonna do some more configuration here. Well, today's the day that we do the second one. So I've dumped a bunch of mortar down there. I mixed them out that I thought would be enough, and then a little more. And I'm back buttering the backside here. I think that's the term we use. It's important to, drop it on the floor and kind of clean it up here. This bucket, they make special tools for this to get the last out of the bucket. But so we'll go ahead and butter this up, and we'll use the trowel over there to float some nice pretty lines in there and plop her down. This door's got plenty of height, so I'm gonna leave the door in there. I ordered the lock and the openers because it's kind of hard to get the door open when it's got no pulls. So, well, I think I mixed plenty more mix or whatever this is. So this is still a little bit proud of there, and it's a little high here, but this is about as good as I'm gonna get. I gotta clean this all off first. Anybody need any fresh mortar? That's pretty level there. This floor is not level. So it touches this side, so it's high on that side. Kind of matching that. And then Georgia had a little accident over here. This is not level in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that bubble is like gone. Meaning it's way high. It's sloped down this way. So I'm kind of matching the slope a little bit, but which means this side's high. No. That means that, yeah, that side's high, this side's high. So I don't know, the tile's higher than the wood. It all kind of goes up. Maybe we'll just kind of push on it a little bit here. There we go. So I gotta clean all this out. Stop doing that. It's like really thick snot. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It kind of matches the floor. And this is almost level here, so at this point, the best thing to do is not to fuck with it. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and start cleaning all this mud out. I gotta clean a bucket. Maybe there's so much here, maybe I ought to put that in here. I go out to the trash can, I scoop it out and flick it in there, and I go take this downstairs. This is not something you wanna have setting in your pipes, you know, initially. And I, in fact, a couple of days ago, it was during the day, I just went outside and washed it in the street, because, well, there's a whole nother reason why I did that, but yeah, time for some cleanups. Oh, the point is I'm gonna let this set a little while before I start cleaning it out with, like you clean grout out. I gotta clean that entire joint right there, and I'm gonna flush this out. But I need it to set a little bit. So my backyard's a little flooded here. So we gotta plug our pump back in. My timer was heating up the worm bin over there, but clearly I needed to shift use. I don't think this switch, so this is actually a fairly smart switch. If it's below 45 degrees, I have it turning on there. But when it was raining, it could tell the weather, it would run the pump 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, only while it's raining. So it would deal with this as it accumulated. Occasionally I have to override it, but this thing doesn't turn off. So I have to watch it today because it's now not raining and clearly flooded. So as soon as I set the threshold yesterday, I get this goop here. I can tell that the cement must not be dry yet because it isn't even dry here, and it's still breaking apart. So we're gonna wait another day on that. But meanwhile, the door pulls came in that I need for the pocket doors. So these go like that, or actually like that. And then you just pull out that piece. So I have to do a couple things here. One, it doesn't look straight. I got to make an inset for this to sit in. So she'll just sit right in there. And then I got to carve out a little area here, and obviously for this. So we'll go inside there. I'm going to do it upright because it seems easier to pull from the top. First, I'm going to get rid of the tile stuff. Then there's some Chip there. Go ahead, Chip. Dog. There's some pulls I have, door insets, that I'll need to carve out as well. Actually, I can just show you this. Well, they're still in the bag, but you just kind of go in like that. There's a little hole there, and you just grab the door. So yeah, it's like 56 degrees, sunny. Not January weather, that's for sure. I don't know what that cat's doing. That cat's just, you know, we try to keep drugs away from it. It keeps getting into the crack. Okay, so now I've got this kind of carved out enough to get going. I gotta account for this. So it's gonna fit in there, but it's gotta slide down like that. So I'm gonna drill some holes. I also got to do a little bit of trimming for the spring. It'd be nice if they had instructions or something. But it does fit in the hole that needs a little trimming. This is just going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, the good thing is they weren't very expensive, so just labor. Okay, well the first drill didn't go too bad. Obviously got some more trimming to do to get that to go down, but I'm in the right neighborhood. Just keep going. Yes, I have that piece. I'm gonna have to super glue back in. Just can't seem to pop. Okay, now we're done. One of the challenges was I had to account for this, and I didn't realize that, but she fits down in there now, and then you just pop that out and you can pull the door open. So the next step, I gotta super glue that in and put a little stain on there. I'm gonna stain that corner. I cut that before I had a track saw. That didn't go well. That's another reason why I bought a track saw. So we're just gonna glue, stain, and I don't know if I'm gonna put it up tonight. Oh, and I gotta put the handle in there. This didn't go as well as I wanted it to, mostly because it hurts my back because I'm like leaning over. This is me leaning over. That's not leaning over. So I'm think I may just actually have the fun of carrying this up. Well, maybe I'll just do it outside. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta put the next piece on there. So the next item is this. I think I'll put it right there. Back out a little bit. But she does stick in there a little bit. I don't want it to conflict, so maybe right there. I'm not sure. And I think I'm only gonna put one on the inside because on the outside, 99% of the time this door is going to be closed, and then if you need to open it, you're going to use this to, pull it out to close, and then you're going to use this in and out. It's just so rare that you're going to be on the other side, and if you do, you can just push on that. So instead of making double holes, it's kind of funny the way this, I got to be careful on the ends because that's where the screw holes are. So the screws actually go on the top and the bottom to hold it in there. But I think that's where we're going to put her. And I'm going to have to reset this, so that'll be fun too. Well, that helps too. She's going to have to be stuck in there a little bit. You know, a professional would make a jig for this, but we don't have that problem being professional. These doors. So I put it on a table, and now I'm dealing with this. So, I don't know if you can see, the wood here is actually extremely thin. So now I'm dealing with particle board. What works well with the chisel is real wood. What doesn't work well is particle board. So I went around here and I obviously pulled the pieces out, and it's thin, really, really thin. Anyhow, I am gonna have to route this out. So this has to just, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can't really, the chisel just doesn't work right. This chisel likes to take little shavings, and you can't do shavings on that. Pieces are just too small. So I think I'm just gonna have to really carefully hit it with the router. Need that jig, I don't have. So by the router, I've got a little Milwaukee battery powered guy. So yeah, now a plunge router is what I would use for this, but I think I'm gonna cheat and just use some circle Foster bits and just get these ends. These are the most important thing because that's where it screws into. That just looks like ass. So, that's about the same height. And this is going to be about the same. I don't have anything bigger that isn't substantially wider. So, well, there she goes. That should do the trick. I wonder where my other Foster bits are. I got paddle bits. I don't want to use this. The reason I want to use a Foster bit is because they're really easy to drill with. They have a point that goes in. They're going to give me a flat bottom here for the most part. And sometimes a guy wants a flat bottom. Okay. So I ended up just super gluing it in, and if you want to pull this out, you just pull it out and grab a hold. So came out pretty good. I put some stain on the end here, and on here I realized, well, no, I couldn't have done that. I could have flipped it, but then all I would have gained is this corner would have been hidden, but these would have been on the outside, and these are going to be on the inside. I did flip this. That was the opening before. Now this is the opening side. Yeah, it's all math, trigonometry and stuff. So gotta put that here so we can charge via that tonight. There's your cat, Sophie, being bad. Spike is not happy. And by the way, she doesn't fit in that wool thing anymore. I know because I tried so. So this is set up for that. I think I did this Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, because Tuesday was shit. Definitely need to grab that area. So you can clean that corner up. So I'm gonna start with this side. Now this side really isn't that bad. So I mixed up just a little bit of grout. Did note that this grout is grayish, this grout is whitish, and there's 2 bags of grout from when they finished this. So I'm gonna use the right grout, and I'll go ahead and push this in. Got the door pretty much ready to go, but some things that need to be done. And I watched a video. If I put the trim up, the trim brings the door out, so then you adjust how far back the door goes. You don't want it to go all the way back. And I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I think well, there's a couple ways, but I think I was supposed to put a rubber bumper in there, and I don't know if I did put a rubber bumper in there. So I really don't like taking this door in and out. I'm gonna read up a little bit and try and anticipate the right way of doing this and just get her done. I'll tell you that much though, that should not be sticking out like that. So anyhow, but for now we'll go ahead and grout this, then we'll wait 24 hours and maybe I'll seal it. I don't know, because I don't think I sealed this at all. Then we'll tomorrow, I guess, or maybe later today, depending on how that goes, we'll go ahead and fill this one. This one I'm definitely going to need more. The instructions aren't so good at the mixing volumes, but somebody did the interwebs math, and it's about a 3-to-1, and then you just tweak it. So I got to let that sit for a few minutes and then remix it and then plop it in. What do I mean by the mixing? It says how much to mix for the entire bag, how much water you need, and I'm not doing an entire bag, so it's very unclear. Like, it should just tell you the ratios. Okay, did a little bit of cleanup. This is one of those cases I need to leave the fuck alone, so I'll leave it the fuck alone. But I'm pretty happy with the results. These are just a little bit of sponging. I'm gonna wait 20 minutes before I attack that. Okay, so I figured I'd do the other side, so I mixed up a bit more, and it's definitely a bigger crack here and kind of cleaned out. I need the surface area here with the mastic. So that's pretty good to go. That will still come off. It's definitely hard. I have to clean that off at a later date, but there we go. Yeah, I kind of made a mess in that area. All around there. Anyhow, I'm gonna let this sit for a little longer and start trying to clean up the parts like here and here and there that aren't supposed to be like that. So I've got like a little over, well, about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna try and get a set of trim installed. So I've got this down. I'm just gonna slightly square this one edge. This is what the track saw is for. This is gonna go on the top. Then we'll flip it over. Probably just throw it through the table saw once I got a straight edge here. The board's kind of, which isn't the end of the world because the wood that's going around it can bend it as well, but might as well straighten her up now. The door is ready to go. I put thick coating of goo on the ends. That's because this is, I don't want moisture to get in there to expand the wood, so she's good. There goes that one guy. Thinks that, you know, physics doesn't apply to him. Storming by the snowy lane. Went by me about 20 miles per hour. I think he slowed down a little bit. Probably slipped a little bit. I'm slipping a little bit.
I got snow tires on.
Well, we were patching last night, and this one's been spinning for probably 12, 13 hours. So we're gonna hard power cycle it, because that ain't gonna boot.